It's time for today's AM Minnesota program from the Goodhue County Fair, being sponsored by the Security State Bank of Kenyon, Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, and the Craig Keller Insurance Agency in Nearstrand.
The Security State Bank of Kenyon has been proudly serving southeast Minnesota since the Great Depression days of 1934. Growing out of the failure of three banks, the family-owned and operated bank is dedicated to the financial needs of area farmers, businesses, and individuals. Security State Bank of Kenyon strives to keep up with the latest technology. It's not just a slogan, it's the mission at Security State Bank of Kenyon, where they say personal service, it's our style. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Since 1876, Wanamingo Mutual Insurance has been protecting people in the Wanamingo area with agents who know the community. Daryl Clavin and Bonnie Herman are joined by Faribault Insurance and GMI Insurance Wanamingo to provide auto, farm insurance, homeowners, business owners, workers' comp, inland marine, and umbrella liability protection. Phone 507-824-2912 for details. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, a nonprofit company developed to help neighbors. Main office located at 209 Main Street, Wanamingo.
Now let's head over to the Goodhue County Fair in Zumbrota and News Director Mr. Gordy Kosfeld.
Yeah, we are sitting in the fair office here at the Goodhue County Fair in Zumbrota. We got Chuck Schwartau with us today. Chuck, you've probably had every kind of job imaginable here at the fair, right, over the years?
Over time, no, not really. The only job I ever had really was as secretary-treasurer. And I've graduated from that now. I've become an associate director, which means I've retired. I can kind of pick and choose what I do now when I come around the fair, which is kind of nice.
Well, I appreciate your visiting with me. But you've been coming to this fair for how many years?
I've been here a long time. My first real participation at the fair was as a 4-H'er in about 1959, and I don't think I've missed a year since then. Some of those years were a little thin. Only came as a visitor, perhaps, because I found myself working at other counties for a time. And as a matter of fact, I worked in the Dakota County Extension Office early in my career. And, of course, that fair is on this week as well.
Yeah.
So I usually try to sneak away from the fair up there one evening somehow and get down here and visit. But that was probably the thinnest. Other than that, I haven't missed much around here.
So they've always been the same week?
For a long time, at least, yes, they have been. That's going back at this point nearly 50 years. And we've been at the same week, and I'm sure it was on sometime before that as well.
What did you show at the fair?
I was a dairy, sheep, and hog exhibitor. And then I had some 4-H building exhibits. I usually had some posters, maybe a shop project. I had quite a variety of things that were coming out of my little ring. So that's where I was. I had quite a variety of projects over the years. Dairy was probably my primary one, though.
Your favorite?
Yeah, I think so. It was interesting. I never took a dairy to the state fair, though. When I was too young to go to the state fair, every year I earned a trip there. I had a good animal. As soon as I got old enough to go to the state fair, that was the end of my dairy trips to the state fair. I did get some hog trips after that, and I had some leadership and demonstration projects that I took up there. So I got plenty of state fair time in. And the end of my 4-H career, I was the state 4-H president. So that was the time I spent 12 days at the state fair when it was still only a 10-day fair.
I'll bet that was fun, though.
Oh, it was. It was a great experience. It was opportunity to meet a lot of people and to get exposure to a lot of different ideas and activities and organizations through that year. So it was a great experience.
Probably made you decide you were going to get into extension.
It did, as a matter of fact, yes. There's no question about it.
Number of animals, do you know, are they up this year here at the Goodhue County Fair?
Yes.
Which I read that not long ago.
Yeah.
The most animals of any fair right here at the Goodhue County Fair.
Total animals, yeah. There are some species where another fair might have more hogs or more beef, but when you put the whole works together, Goodhue County tops out on that. And that carries over then to state fair as well, because there at the state fair, the total allotment of livestock exhibits, Goodhue County tops out there. So it's good. From what I saw early with the pre-entries, I think everything was pretty much up or even So it looks like it should be a good year in the barns and in the show rings for the livestock.
Today is entry day.
Today's livestock entry day, yes. Yesterday was judging for the 4-H building exhibits, what they call the static exhibits. Today, livestock is coming in. They're supposed to be in by 5 o'clock, I believe it is. And then they do start off right away this afternoon late with the poultry show. So it takes a full schedule to get all of these livestock judged this week as well. And you don't want to be stacking them up because a lot of these kids do have more than one species. So you have to really be careful to stretch these out in a linear fashion and not have things stacked on top of each other.
Did you do some judging as well?
I did not. Well, I should take that back. Yesterday afternoon, I did judge one exhibit. One judge was getting well stacked up and kind of a long line, and to just help provide relief for a few minutes, they gave me a quick call since I was on the fairgrounds yet, and went over and judged for 20 minutes, half hour, something like that. It was in the vegetable gardening area. That was about it. I've not done livestock judging at fairs. I just never felt like that was my strength, and so I did not think any of that over.
Okay. Well, tonight, I know, in the grandstand, it's bull riding and barrel racing beginning at 7 o'clock.
Bulls and barrels. It's been a popular show last year when they brought it in, and so they've decided to bring it back this year. That's going to be one of these shows that gives a lot of action and activity. Starts at 7 o'clock, so if you want to get your tickets in, get early, that'd be fine. Tickets have been available online as well. I don't know if they are yet today. They probably are if you wanted to buy tickets online.
Now, there's $17 for adults, right?
Yes. And
or no, kids, 15 for adults and
kids under 12 are free. We've done this for a number of years in some respect for making this opening night a family night and try to do either a completely free show as it was for a number of years, or in this case, have the price for the kids such that it's easy to bring the family. And that's been, we thought, a nice way to start the fair out with a good family show. Gets them here. They can see what else is going on at the fair. Maybe come back another time or two during the week.
You got 2 autocrosses.
Autocross has been growing around here. It's taken a case where they just pack it into the grounds and pack it into the track. They get more vehicles than they can almost handle. So it's been a real popular event. And so they will be running here again this week. Autocross is, let's see, you got to think about that. Friday night, I believe. Wednesday night.
Yeah, there's Wednesday and Friday.
Wednesday and Friday, yes. Yep. So Wednesday and Friday autocross events, and they've been just a real hot item. I think the thing about the autocross is that people are finding they can prepare a car to enter into the autocross for less expense than you can do at a demolition derby car these days. At one time, demolition derby cars didn't take a whole lot of preparation. That's become a little bit more of a professional type sport.
Yep.
And so they can be pretty expensive. Finding the car and getting it prepped up to really do a good job in a demolition derby. So autocross is kind of taken back. They're a much simpler preparation to get this car ready for an autocross show, and it's popular with the entrance then.
That's $17 for adults, under 12, $10. Pit passes are $30 for the autocross.
Right, and the thing to remember for all of the shows is that there are restrictions for the age of children going into the pit area. And so don't come and plan to take all of the kids out into the pit area if they're under 12.
Yeah, and for good reason.
For good reason. It's a big safety piece. And you can say, well, I keep track of my kids, or they're responsible, but that doesn't mean everybody is. And it just takes one not watching somewhere to create a problem. So kids are not allowed into that pit area then.
Thursday, there's a tractor pull. It's $12 for adults, $7 for children. Pit passes are $30. And on Saturday, you guys always have a great demolition derby.
We do have. We have one of the top demolition derbies in southeastern Minnesota, they say. It's well run. It's a good show. It's a good draw. We get good entrance people that are really good drivers in demolition derbies. Like
a lot of local guys, too. That's what I love about your county demolition derby.
Yeah, it's a good draw. So that's a great way to close the fair out. And one other thing that is in the tap this year is that there will be a fireworks show this year. We haven't had fireworks at the fair for a long time.
Is that in honor of the 250th birthday of the nation?
I don't know if that was their plan or otherwise, to be honest with you. That's one of those things is that associate directors, I don't get all the details there.
Oh, sure. But that would be my guess, right?
It's a fair chance on it, yeah. But that was, they decided to bring that back, and that will be after the demolition derby, I believe on Saturday night. So we'll take a look at that one.
Okay. Well, we've covered the grandstand. I'm glad we got that covered.
Out of the way. We maybe want to take a quick look at what some of the major shows are, livestock shows during the week. I mentioned that the poultry show will be this afternoon. That one will be starting at...
It's 4 o'clock, if I remember.
4 o'clock or is it 5 o'clock? I look at the schedule myself. Get that one, yes. 4 o'clock.
Yep.
And that's in the show arena for the poultry show. That's the only livestock show that will be on today. Tomorrow in the morning, it's the sheep show. And then later in the day, it will jump into the beef show at 1 o'clock. So 8 o'clock for the sheep show, 1 o'clock for the beef show tomorrow. It's going to be, also, we should mention, during the course of the fair, there are several free shows going on all the time. There's Doc Magic is a variety show. There's a show that they call No Harm on the Farm. And that one's an interesting one. It's actually a safety show, but it's a fun show about safety, farm safety, aimed at the kids. And so that's one that will be going on several times during the course of the week. And another one is Dangerous Feats of Comedy. Dangerous Feats of Comedy was here last year and was a popular show. They really had fun with it. And so that's back again this year, Dangerous Feats of Comedy. And they will be going on several times during the course of the fair, during the day and into the early evening. So it's something that will have a great opportunity for some free activities as well as all the other things going on. We're also pleased that Carnival is back this year. Last year there was a scheduling issue with the way the calendar was, and another larger fair that the Carnival was felt they had to be up there rather than here. So we were without a Carnival last year, and they are back this year. They've got a nice setup, and they're ready to open up and take off on Wednesday afternoon. They're in and set, so it's nice to see a Carnival out there on the lawn.
Crescent City Amusements out of Louisiana.
They've done a nice show. They put together a very nice show. So we're happy to have them back on the grounds this year.
It's always nice to have. We're going to take a little market update here, and then we'll come back and visit more during our AM Minnesota program. Again, a big thank you to Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, Craig Keller, Insurance Agency out of Nerstrand, and the Security State Bank of Kenyon. Jerry?
Thank you, Gordy. The market update sponsored by those KDHL Agri Boosters, including Craig Keller at the Keller Insurance Agency in Nerstrand. Craig does help protect all things important to you. Also, Northern Buildings for quality post-frame construction. Find out more. Check out their website, northernbuildings.com.
Good morning. It's time for the Market Minute here on this Tuesday on the Linder Farm Network. I'm Linda Brecky. Chicago Board of Trade September corn $4.35 3/4 down 2.5. December $4.59 3/4 down 2. September beans $11.54 down 7 3/4. November $11.71 down 8.5. January down 8.5. September soybean meal down $1. September soybean oil down $1.35. September Chicago wheat down 7.5. Minneapolis September $6.62 3/4 now down 7 cents. Live cattle October up 20. September feeder cattle up 180. October lean hogs 82.97 down 70. December down 77. And the Dow Industrial Average is up 42. That's a Market Minute.
The market update sponsored by the KDHL Agri Boosters, including Craig Keller at the Keller Insurance Agency in Nerstrand. Craig helps protect all things important to you. Also, Northern Buildings for quality post-frame construction. Find out more Very simple. Check out their website, northernbuildings.com. We will continue with today's AM Minnesota program from the Goodhue County Fair right after these words from some of our sponsors.
Your future is important to you and your loved ones. That's why you can trust Craig Keller at the Keller Insurance Agency in Nearstrand to provide you with personalized service and a full range of insurance coverages you can look forward to. As a proud Grinnell Mutual member, Craig Keller will be there when you need him, so you can trust in tomorrow. Contact Craig Keller in Nearstrand at 334-6550 today. Craig will help you protect everything that's valuable to you. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
The Security State Bank of Kenyon has been proudly serving southeast Minnesota since the Great Depression days of 1934. Growing out of the failure of three banks, the family-owned and operated bank is dedicated to the financial needs of area farmers, businesses, and individuals. Security State Bank of Kenyon strives to keep up with the latest technology. It's not just a slogan, it's the mission at Security State Bank of Kenyon, where they say personal service, it's our style. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Since 1876, Wanamingo Mutual Insurance has been protecting people in the Wanamingo area with agents who know the community. Daryl Clavin and Bonnie Herman are joined by Faribault Insurance and GMI Insurance Wanamingo to provide auto, farm insurance, homeowners, business owners, workers' comp, inland marine, and umbrella liability protection. Phone 507-824-2912 for details. Wanamingo Mutual Insurance, a nonprofit company developed to help neighbors. Main office located at 209 Main Street, Wanamingo.
Now let's head back to the Goodhue County Fair and News Director, Mr. Gordy Kosfeld.
Yeah, we're with Chuck Schwartau, and we're sitting in the fair office here in Zumbrota, getting ready for the opening day of the fair, which is today, and it's open to doesn't want to stay on the stand here today, Chuck.
We're working it too hard.
It was working awfully good before, but when you got to push buttons, it moves.
That moves.
Anyway, opens the grounds 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Right. 2 o'clock this afternoon, things open up. They're ready for the public.
What does it cost to get in?
Oh, you see what are you? $8 for daily and $25 for a season. That's what it is.
Okay.
And parking is free, so gets you off the street and off onto the grounds. Get the cars out of the way. It's been nice. As we look at some of the other things going on, a couple of features that a lot of people like to know, and so we want to plan ahead here for the later in the week, perhaps. There will be Century Farm recognition on Thursday evening, excuse me. That's at 7:30. I'm not sure how many they have this year, but it's been Century Farm has been a very popular kind of program for families that have been in the region for a long time. They've been in the same family for a century, and we've had some farms now that have been in the same family for 150 years.
I was going to say, you got a test
there as well.
There, yeah.
So there's recognition there as well. Another one, Senior Citizens Day is Friday. There's a variety of activities going on in the afternoon. And the one that people really look forward to and kind of keep a little suspense on it is the Senior Citizen Recognition. They recognize a senior citizen volunteer from the county, a man and a woman, and that will be Friday evening. So 6 o'clock, watch for that one. Come on in. And generally gets a good crowd. It's a kind of a nice, surprising piece for people. They've done a good job in recent years of springing it on them. So it's fun to be there.
It's kind of hard to imagine because, I mean, all your friends and relatives come and watch it. So
yeah,
you got to know something's up when all your brothers and sisters or whatever the case might be are coming to the fair.
But even then, sometimes, and what Carol and I were recognized a couple of years ago, and the kids that were around, they were here. My brother was here, but that wasn't necessarily unusual. They come to the fair, but they sprung it on us and did a good job of that one. It was fun to have that. So that's again Thursday and Friday. It will be at those particular programs. We were talking a little bit earlier about some of the shows.
Yep.
We were on Wednesday with Sheep Show and the Beef Show. Thursday, we start 8 o'clock in the morning with the Swine Show, and that one runs all morning long. It's a busy time in that day, getting a lot of hogs through that show. We'll be looking at the afternoon. We got the meat goat show and all of that out. Close out today with that on Thursday. And then Friday is dairy show day. That starts first thing in the morning. We are at Friday also is rabbits and KVs, guinea pigs and so forth. They start first at 8 o'clock in the morning. The dairy show starts at 9 o'clock. So we've got a busy morning out in that area going as well. We've got a nice setup of dairies that are out there right now, and that's what's the case for a lot of reasons. A lot of fairs have been losing some of the dairy. It's getting thin, and ours has dropped off a bit, but we still have a good, healthy dairy show here, a good quality dairy show, and so it's worth spending some time to get out and see that. And
well, I'm guessing it's one of the better shows in the state because this is a dairy county.
It is a good dairy county. It still is a good, solid dairy county. One of the things that has really helped the dairy project for 4-H has been the leasing program. Many of those cattle that will be in the show ring on Friday probably are not owned by that particular 4-H'er, but they're owned by someone else, and they have to sign a formal lease so that the animal is under control of that 4-H'er for that year for their project. And that's been a big boost. There are some farmers that have a lot of leased cattle, a lot of kids in their area that are interested in the dairy industry but don't have cattle on their own farms. And so that's been a real plus for them all the way along the way. For those who are looking at something other than what's going on with the livestock, there are programs going on much of the time in the old schoolhouse as well. We've partnered with the Goodhue County Historical Society. We're doing programs over there. And so they have a variety of fun things that relate to what was going on in schoolhouses around the country when they were still open and available. We've got what was one of the last open country schoolhouses here on the fairgrounds. So the Historical Society runs some historic-type quizzes. They do some things that would be similar to what the kids were doing in school themselves when they were going to those country schools. So that will be going on here through Friday. They will not be in here Saturday, but there will be some other activities and displays available over at the schoolhouse. And, of course, next to the schoolhouse is the always popular FFA Boneyard. Excuse me. And we're fortunate, and we've got some good, solid FFA advisors and chapters in the county that take care of putting together a nice display. And, of course, for little kids like that, it's sometimes it's hard to get kids back out of the barn.
Not just the little kids.
Not just the little kids.
I've been in there when there have been some gray-haired folks that enjoy it as well.
Yeah. Part of it is seeing livestock that some of them haven't seen for a while. And that's something that they enjoy. They like to spend some time with. So that's kind of what's, a brief rundown that's going on through the fair this week. It's a case where we're opening up, as I say, at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Other days, 8 o'clock in the morning, you can expect that start to see activity going on all over. The buildings for open class and commercial displays don't open until later in the morning, so that we can make best use of our staffing and make sure we've got people around to work with them. And we're also working with our commercial exhibitors in that respect because it's difficult for them to get staffing to take care of operating their displays. So we take recognition of that, and we open up at late in the morning, use their time wisely as well.
Photography seems to be the biggie these days, right?
Photography is a biggie. We were talking earlier with the department superintendent, and she was bemoaning a little bit the fact that what she considers artwork is declining. Of course, she's an art teacher, a long time art teacher, and so she feels a little sad about that part of it. But photography is exploding, and we see some great photography coming in for displays.
Well, everybody's got a phone that has a camera.
That's it, exactly. Everybody's got a camera. So handy these days that the cameras are capable of taking high-quality photos. So that thing has really exploded. The other area that has seen some changes this year is over in the horticulture area. Heather Lang is in charge of that building, and she went to work and they remodeled a number of the display pieces. They put some new shelves together that really are attractive, and they opened it up. We've got room for more aisle space, easier to get around, and it's a great-looking building over there. And, of course, our garden out at the east end of the horticulture building, Deb Kerr does a fantastic job. She spends a lot of time out here in the summer just getting that garden ready, what she plants in there and what she prunes and trims and organizes. She really does a nice job with that.
Yeah, and speaking of buildings, man, last year I was here for the dedication of your new barns, and you did a revampment of another building.
We did another one this year, the old commercial building, which we first put on this start at 1914. And so one of the original buildings at this fairgrounds. And this year it got entirely new siding and a new roof. It got painted up, a little bit of repair work, some additional fans for getting air moved around. They did some lighting work. It looks like a new building, which it is for all practical purposes. I happened to come by the fairgrounds a couple of times when the old siding was stripped off it. It was a pretty sick-looking old building about that time, but you get in there now with the new siding. It looks great. It's the same color as it was before, so people may not even recognize that it had been redone until they get inside, and they'll see how much brighter it is there. And it's a nice place to be.
But how about these new barns compared to the old ones?
Oh, when those new barns came online last year, it was an exciting time. The investment that some of our community businesses and organizations put into it is tremendous. Without their sponsorships in those buildings, it would not have happened. But they did, and they filled up. They're jam-packed full of livestock, as we talked about earlier. But they are so bright, they're airy. They are a comfortable place to be putting livestock, a comfortable place and an attractive place for the public to come and see the livestock. You can get through the buildings nicely. They're concrete floors that are smooth. They're not full of holes anywhere. Yeah. And they're fresh. They're nice.
Yep. Nice pens, and they expanded the capacity.
They did. Expanded capacity. Did some reorganizing. What used to be beef barn is now a sheep barn. There's a new hog barn, a new beef barn, new poultry barn, new goat barn. And the only one that hasn't been done significantly out there is the dairy barn. That one's online next.
It's coming down the pike.
It's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. The carnival has some deals, the $20 unlimited rides, 6 to 10, Wednesday through Friday, 1 to 5 on Saturday, 6 to 10 on Saturday, $20 unlimited rides during those time frames from Crescent City Amusements, which are open 2 to 10 on Wednesday, Thursday through Saturday, 1 until 10 p.m.
Get in there, get out there, and spend some time in the carnival. There are people who say it isn't a fair without a carnival, and we, of course, proved you can have a fair without a carnival, but it's not the same. It's nice to see the carnival there, the family. This is a good family show, and so we appreciate the fact that we're able to get back into their schedule this year and get them here.
Well, I'm sure people will enjoy it and take advantage of it. I certainly appreciate it, Chuck. I think we pretty much covered it.
I think we got a decent start for today. We got the whole week to go yet.
Yeah, we didn't get a hold of everything, but the remainder of the week we'll be roaming the fairgrounds and talking to various other people as well. We'll get more information for you folks. So make sure you come on over to the Goodhue County Fair here in Zumbrota. What I love about this fair is it embraces the ag community. I mean, it doesn't try to be something it's not. It is a rural fair because it's a rural county, and they love proving that the rural life is the best life. Jerry, take it away.
Thank you, Gordy. The AM Minnesota is sponsored by the Craig Keller Insurance Agency in Nerstrand, along with the Security State Bank of Kenyon and Watamingo Mutual Insurance. Here's national news from ABC.
News, sports, talk, and